and welcome to Icu Tv Lunchtime News Bulletin today on a Good Friday, and here are the stories making headlines this afternoon. Government acts quickly to resolve Unza sewer crisis, and the Kafubu bridge nears completion and eases the Ndola Lusaka traffic. Well, Zambia and Japan strengthen mining partnership. And of course, not forgetting the international front, we have Iran crisis disrupts oil flow and drives global price surge. Well, in sports news, we have FA warns player strain could damage England's trophy hopes. I'll be back shortly with the details. Well, it's a Good Friday, and on the transmission box we have Memory Mongo. I am Nisha Kinjaka Edgars, and now the news in detail. Government has moved swiftly to address the severe sewer failure at the Zambia's largest university, the University of Zambia Great East Road campus, where students' hostels were flooded with wastewater. Emergency remedial works are underway with 23 million kwacha released to tackle urgent water sanitation challenges following the directives from the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Here is a report.
The Zambia National Service has moved swiftly to carry out emergency remedial works at the University of Zambia Great East Road campus after a major sewer failure flooded student hostels with wastewater mixed with fecal matter. The government of the Republic of Zambia released 23 million kwacha to address the water and sanitation challenges following a directive by President Hakainde Hichilema after students expressed dissatisfaction with the poor living conditions on campus.
By ensuring that the ways are unblocked, the manholes are clean. That's what we are doing. So we'll do a lot of this in the 10 days. Secondly, how are we without, in the absence of drawings? Obviously, you are not connecting the dots. There's a manhole here. You see where the flow is going. I'm sure we've seen the excavations here. Uganda is doing excavation at this side.
Teams were mobilized on site and found the main sewer line, auxiliary lines, and several manholes completely blocked. This caused severe backflow and flooding across both old and new hostel blocks.
We are going to work with Lusaka Water and Sewerage. The ones who are going to set up a pump station and make sure that they take the effluent to the Kamloops line there. So I think this is what we are doing now, are remedial works to allow the water works, Lusaka Water and Sewerage, to now come and do the work after this, so that students can still have an environment of learning. Emergency
works began immediately. Crews used vacuum tankers to unblock sewer lines, removed tree root intrusions, excavated damaged sections, and replaced broken pipes, including the installation of a new 12-inch PVC pipe on the main line. Teams worked around the clock to restore functionality. Water supply has since been restored to most hostels, and flooding has been largely cleared, with no more ponding reported in the affected areas. However, assessments show the sewer system remains compromised due to decades of aging infrastructure, long-term root intrusions, and the accumulation of solid foreign materials disposed of by students themselves.
They're seeing how the work is done, to learn and understand. They've seen the problems. We're not here to do any blame games on management, on government, or on students. We've all contributed to this ditch that we found ourselves in. So we're not here to play blame games. What we need is solutions. And we'd like to thank the Zambia National Service Commander, who has been so accommodative to the students within the university. He came in urgently. They started working urgently.
Brigadier General Mukanda noted that while immediate flow has resumed after replacing the broken section, the system still experiences reduced capacity. He recommended a full replacement of the main sewer line from the hostels to the pump house to restore normal flow and prevent future backflow and spillage. Zambia National Service is working closely with Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company and the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit on both short-term fixes and sustainable long-term solutions. The rapid intervention has brought relief to students, though authorities continue to urge residents to refrain from indiscriminate disposal of foreign materials into the sewer system. Further updates on the full rehabilitation plan are expected from Unza management and relevant ministries in the coming days.
The Kafubu, largest structure on the Lusaka Ndola dual carriageway, is nearing completion, with its structural works already finalized and only finishing works remaining. Now, the opening of the southbound carriageway to motorists traveling from Ndola to Lusaka is already beginning to improve traffic flow along the route. Here is a report.
Kafubu Bridge structural works in Ndola have reached 100% completion. As of 1st April 2026, the structural work on the Kafubu Bridge, the largest bridge on the Lusaka to Ndola dual carriageway, is 100% complete. What remains are only smaller finishing details, the installation of guardrails in the middle to separate the northbound and southbound lanes, final surface works, and of course minor approach adjustments. The southbound lane, the direction from Ndola to Lusaka, has already been opened to traffic.
In Ndola district, which is located at kilometer 304 kilometers, is that we have finished most of the, we can just say the actual structure is complete, such that what is remaining are just the small works that are the installation of guardrails in the middle to separate the northbound lane from the southbound lane. And we have also opened the bridge on the southbound lane, that lane that goes to Lusaka from Ndola, to allow motorists to use the bridge and also reduce on the congestion, which used to give us a lot of travel time between Jacaranda and the roundabout at Ndola Teaching Hospital.
On both sides of the bridge, the approaches have been backfilled with waste rock and covered with a layer of gravel. This temporary surface allows vehicles to pass safely while the ground settles and consolidates under normal traffic. Works have also started at the Jacaranda Junction, where earthworks are now in progress. Now, these works will improve the connection between Jacaranda Junction and the KX area project. Teams expect to restore normal traffic flow at this busy junction within the next month.
In a period of not more than 1 month, we shall have some normal traffic flow at Jacaranda Junction. Just an appeal to the general public that they exercise patience, because that is a project which is in the middle of the city, and there are so many trucks and so much of traffic that needs to use the same road.
This particular bridge is right in the middle of a very busy city route with many trucks and cars passing every day. The ongoing works may still cause some temporary inconvenience, but they are necessary to deliver a safe and smoother road for everyone. Motorists are kindly asked to exercise patience and drive carefully in the area. This steady progress on the Kafubu Bridge reflects the strong emphasis placed by President Hakainde Hichilema on delivering infrastructure projects right on time. The President has consistently stressed that timely completion of key roads and bridges allows the country to remove resources and attention to other pressing areas of national need, such as health, education, and rural connectivity.
Wangu, you finished the work. Then you can move to something else. We need to build that reputation. But also, I'm back on engineers. We want things that are designed correctly, that last. This minister is an engineer, and we talk a lot.
The Kafubu Bridge forms a critical part of the larger Lusaka to Ndola dual carriageway project, approximately 327 to 338 kilometers, which aims to modernize Zambia's busiest economic corridor, cut travel times, reduce accidents, lower transport costs, and boost trade between Lusaka and the Copper Belt. With the main structure now fully in place and one lane already open, the focus shifts to these final touches so that the entire corridor can deliver real benefits to commuters, businesses, and the economy as quickly as possible. Further updates on the Jacaranda Junction and overall project progress will be provided as works advance.
Zambia and Japan have reaffirmed their long-standing partnership in the mining sector. Mines Minister Paul Kafubu says the relationship spanning over 60 years remains key to Zambia's development. He was speaking in Lusaka when Japanese Ambassador Mikami Akiteru paid a courtesy call on him. Mr. Kafubu thanked Japan for its continued support to the mining industry and highlighted a $3.6 million US training faculty in Quito for heavy machinery operators. The center is helping equip young Zambians with practical mining training skills. The minister also revealed that Zambia is conducting mineral mapping in new areas, and he says this will help attract more investments into the sector as Zambia has key minerals such as copper, cobalt, coal, and rare earth metals. Meanwhile, Ambassador Akiteru reaffirmed Japan's commitment to Zambia and says Japan will continue to supporting the mineral exploration, technology transfer, and skills development in both countries as they aim to promote sustainable mining and grow the industry. Well, on a sad news, a second-year student at the Mulungushi University, Mwiche Kaona, has allegedly taken her own life in a shocking incident now under investigation. ICU TV's Beauty Nkonde has more in this report.
Mwiche Kaona, a second-year student at Mulungushi University, has allegedly taken her own life in a development that has left many in shock. It is believed that she had a misunderstanding with her boyfriend, and sources say she had been facing personal challenges. Mwiche was known for a strong voice in youth advocacy, using her social media platform to speak on issues affecting young people. She also supported causes such as menstrual hygiene, disability rights, and youth empowerment. Her death has saddened many who followed her work, while authorities have launched investigations to establish the exact circumstances surrounding the incident. For ICU TV News, I am Beauty Nkonde.
You are still watching the ICU TV Lunchtime Bulletin, and still coming in the news, Iran crisis disrupts oil flow and drives global price surge. After this break.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Thank you so much for still staying tuned. And now the international news. The crisis in Iran is disrupting tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, causing global oil surge in price. Rising fuel costs threaten inflation and strain government budgets throughout Africa, which largely depends on imported petroleum. Africa's top oil producers, Nigeria, Angola, Algeria, and Libya, including Egypt, are experiencing very different impacts despite their oil reserves. Nigeria is the most exposed, with a 39% increase in petrol prices due to its deregulated market. We take another break, and on the other side, I've got sports news.
The The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Well, in sports news, the Football Association says fixture congestion and heavy demands on top players could hurt England's changes in future World Cups. The new tournaments like the 32-team FIFA Club World Cup in 2025 and the expanded Champions League are now crowding the calendar. Even though the Cup replays were scrapped 2 years ago, elite players now have less recovery time. The FA warns that this could cause fatigue, reduced international training, and devalue traditional competitions like the FA Cup. It says it will push European and global governing bodies for solutions that protect players and the integrity of the game. Ends the news at 12 hours, but I've got headlines on the other side. As we end the news at 12 hours on Good Friday, here is a recap of the stories making headlines. A government acts swiftly to resolve Unza crisis. Kafubu Bridge nears completion and eases Ndola Lusaka traffic. Zambia and Japan strengthen mining partnership. And in international news, we have Iran crisis disrupts oil flow, drives a global price surge. And finally, in sports news, we have FA warns a player strain could damage England's trophy hopes. Ends the news at 12 hours with me, Misha Kinjapa Edwards. And of course, on the transmission desk, we've had a memory mango. It is a Good Friday. Make sure you forgive and just do something good as Christ died for you and I. Good afternoon. See you this evening for our main news.